Does your dog follow you from room to room, stare at you when you eat, and sleep so close you can barely move? Most people think that is just a clingy dog. But what if your dog is not being clingy at all? What if they genuinely believe you are their parent? Dogs form emotional bonds that go far deeper than most owners realize. And the way your dog behaves around you every single day might be revealing something you have never considered. Here are 7 signs your dog sees you not just as their owner, but as their parent. 1. They follow you everywhere, even when there is no reason to. You get up to grab a glass of water. Your dog gets up too. You walk to the bathroom. Your dog is right behind you. You stop in the hallway for no reason. Your dog stops and looks up at you, waiting. Sound familiar? This constant shadowing is not boredom. It is not hunger. It is actually a deep-rooted attachment behavior that mirrors how young puppies interact with their mother in the early weeks of life. When puppies are born, their survival depends entirely on staying close to their mother. She is food, warmth, protection, and guidance all in one. Puppies who wander too far are in danger, so nature built an instinct into them. Follow the one who keeps you safe. When your adult dog follows you around the house, that same instinct is running in the background. They have transferred the role of safe person from their biological mother to you. In their mind, being near you is where safety lives. Canine behaviorists call this proximity-seeking behavior, and it is one of the clearest signs of a secure attachment bond. Your dog is not being annoying. They are telling you, with every step, that you are their home base. 2. They bring you their favorite things. Has your dog ever walked up to you, dropped a soggy toy at your feet, and then just looked at you? Maybe they brought you a shoe. Maybe their most prized chew toy that they guard from everyone else. This is not random, and it is definitely not just an invitation to play. When dogs bring objects to someone, it is a form of gift-giving rooted in pack behavior. In the wild, canine parents carry food back to their young. It is an act of sharing, of providing, of saying you matter enough to give something to. When your dog brings you their toy, they are reversing that relationship. They are offering something valuable to the one they see as family. It is their version of contribution. Pay close attention to which item they bring you. If it is something they normally protect or keep to themselves, that is an even stronger signal. They are not just sharing. They are trusting you with the thing they value most. And if you ever notice your dog dropping something at your feet and then sitting down quietly, do not ignore it. In their own silent way, they just told you that you are the most important person in their world. 3. They look to you when something scares them. Imagine you are walking your dog and a loud truck drives by. Or maybe there is a sudden thunderstorm. Or a stranger approaches and your dog is not sure about them. What does your dog do? Do they run? Do they bark? Or do they look at you first? That look is everything. Researchers in animal cognition have studied this behavior extensively, and it has a name: social referencing. It is when an individual looks to a trusted figure for emotional cues before deciding how to react to something unfamiliar or frightening. Here is what is fascinating. Human infants do this with their parents all the time. A baby hears a loud noise and immediately looks at their mother. If the mother looks calm, the baby relaxes. If the mother looks scared, the baby cries. Dogs do the exact same thing. Studies have shown that dogs look at their owner facial expressions to gauge whether a new situation is safe or dangerous. And they adjust their own emotional response based on what they read in your face. So when your dog hears thunder and turns to look at you instead of running under the bed, they are treating you exactly the way a child treats a parent. You are their emotional anchor. Your reaction shapes their reality. 4. They sleep pressed against you. Where does your dog sleep at night? On the floor? In their crate? Or pushed right up against you, taking over half the bed like they own it? If your dog insists on sleeping in full contact with your body, that is one of the strongest attachment signals they can give. Sleep is when every animal is at its most vulnerable. Instinct tells dogs to find a safe, hidden place to rest, somewhere away from threats. But instead of choosing a quiet corner, your dog chooses you. They press their back against your legs, or curl up against your chest, or wedge themselves into whatever impossible space gets them closest to your body. This mirrors exactly how puppies sleep with their mother. In a litter, puppies pile on top of each other and press against their mom for warmth and safety. The physical contact is not just comforting, it regulates their heartbeat, their body temperature, and their stress hormones. Your adult dog still carries that blueprint. And when they choose to sleep against you, their nervous system is doing the same thing it did when they were days old, nestled against their mother. You have become that source of regulation for them. That is not just love, that is biological trust. 5. They get anxious when you leave. You pick up your keys, your dog ears drop, you put on your shoes, they start pacing. You walk to the door and they give you that look. The one that says, "Please do not go." Some dogs whine. Some bark. Some sit at the window and watch until you disappear. And some, in more severe cases, scratch at the door, stop eating, or become destructive. This is called separation distress, and it is directly tied to the attachment bond your dog has with you. Researchers have found that the attachment style dogs form with their owners closely mirrors the attachment patterns seen between human children and their caregivers. Dogs who have a secure bond may feel uneasy when you leave, but settle down fairly quickly. Dogs with an insecure bond can experience genuine anxiety that lasts the entire time you are gone. Either way, the underlying message is the same. Your dog does not just prefer you to be around. They feel genuinely unsafe when you are not there. And that reaction, that need for your presence to feel okay, is the same thing a child feels when separated from a parent. If your dog struggles when you leave, they are not misbehaving. They are expressing something deeply emotional. And knowing that can change how you handle those moments. 6. They try to comfort you when you are sad. Have you ever been upset? Maybe crying? Maybe just sitting in silence with a heavy feeling in your chest, and your dog came over and placed their head in your lap. That was not coincidence. Your dog knew. Dogs are remarkably sensitive to human emotional states. Research has shown that dogs can distinguish between happy and sad facial expressions. They respond differently to the sound of crying versus talking, and when they detect distress in the person they are bonded to, they do not just notice, they act. Some dogs nudge you with their nose. Some lean their full body weight against you. Some simply sit next to you and do not move. Each response is their version of saying, "I am here. I do not know what is wrong, but I am not leaving." What makes this so significant is that this kind of empathic response is incredibly rare in the animal world. Dogs are one of very few species that actively seek to comfort another species. And they do not do it for everyone. They do it for the person they are most attached to. A child runs to their parent for comfort, but sometimes the child also tries to comfort the parent. That instinct, that two-way emotional care, is exactly what your dog is showing when they curl up beside you on your worst days. 7. They watch you when you are not looking. This is the one most owners never notice. And honestly, it might be the most meaningful sign of all when you are working at your desk, cooking in the kitchen, or reading on the couch. Your dog is watching you. Not waiting for a walk, just watching. Their eyes follow your movements. Their ears track your sounds. And every now and then, when you glance their way, they look away quickly, like they did not want you to catch them. This quiet observation is something puppies do with their mother from the moment their eyes open. They study her constantly. They learn how to move, how to react, what is safe and what is not, all by watching. It is how they build their understanding of the world. Your dog is still doing that with you. They are studying your routines, your moods, your patterns. They know what time you usually stand up. They know the sound your phone makes before you leave. They know the difference between your relaxed breathing and your stressed breathing. They have learned you the way a child learns a parent, not through words, but through thousands of hours of quiet, careful observation. And they do it because you are the center of their world. And finally, your dog did not choose to be born. They did not choose their breed, their size, or their name. But somewhere along the way, they chose you. They chose to follow you, to sleep beside you, to look at your face when the world feels uncertain, to bring you their favorite toy like it was the most valuable thing they had, to sit with you in silence when you are hurting. They may not call you their parent, but every single day, in every small gesture, they show you that is exactly what you are. And maybe the best thing you can do is simply notice.